As Ed said at the top of the programme, could he join the likes of Q Card, Native River and Thistlecrack as a live contender for the Gold Cup?
They're riding him very prominently as well. He used to be held up when he raced in France. This is very interesting to see.
Flag is raised now. The Peter Marsh chase about to take place as Stuart Machin will call them home.
They're off. The field of 14 jumping away for the 2017 renewal of the Peter Marsh. 2 circuits ahead of them. Otago Trail and a white sleeve jacket is pushing forward as they head into the turn. Virac in midfield is trapped fairly wide on the crown of the bend. That yellow and blue spotted jacket as Otago Trail leads them into the back straight with Allery prominent, the red cap. He just drops into about 4th place behind the greys. Vintage Clouds white cap and Bristol de May a green jacket. Virac now going handy. Then Berea Baru tracks Allery down the back straight from Katenko and Seven Sky in the purple silks. Then Sausalito Sunrise, the shades of blue, definitely red in a red sleeve jacket to Moinley. Bishop's Road among those held up as they rise for the first time with Gevray Chambertin and Firebird Flyer and Berea Baru nodded on landing, and Sean Byrne was briefly pitched forward at midfield, the mauve with the purple hoop sleeves. Here's the second, Otago Trail, Vintage Clouds and Virac in a line of 3 on landing. Bishop's Road, Gevray Chambertin and Firebird Flyer, the last 3 to land. And now a line of 4 as on the far side Katenko joins them as they cross out over the next plain fence. Allery, having jumped off handily, has just been allowed to drift back into midfield by Aidan Coleman in the Anne and Allen pot silks, the green and yellow with the red cap. Firebird Flyer wasn't so good at that previous fence in Rio. They cross the 4th, and we've lost one back in the field there. It might have been Moinley who crashed out. Sausalito Sunrise has gone. Moinley was hampered and Sausalito Sunrise has gone. Richard Johnson is on his feet, left to reflect on what might have been as he replaced Tom O'Brien. And Sausalito Sunrise now loose, isn't doing too many favours to Bishop's Road at the back of the field as Vintage Clouds, Virac and Katenko lead them out of the back straight with Otago Trail rein back to race in 4th ahead of Bristol de May and then Allery shadowed by Berea Baru. Moinley out wide in a pink sleeve jacket and 7th Sky around the inside from Definitely Red the red sleeves, and then Bishop's Road. Gevray Chambertin, the 3rd of the greys, is last but 1, and Firebird Flyer last at the end of a mile, a field depleted by 1 following the departure of Sausalito Sunrise at the 4th. Over the first up the straight, Katenko jumping well on the near side. Definitely Red got in perhaps a little tight to that one. Gevray Chambertin and Firebird Flyer are the couple adrift. Another open ditch coming up to them. This is fence number 7. And Virac, Bristol de May jumping up well on the right. Vintage Clouds between them, then Katenko on the left. Otago Trail, Allery, his white face in about 6th place. Bishop's Road, dark jacket, the green cap edging a little bit closer. 7th Skies away to the right as they take another plain one up the straight. Then Definitely Red and Berea Baru losing a little bit of ground from Moinley and Gevray Chambertin. Firebird Flyer, who's jumping has been a little indifferent at times. He's just trying to be chased along at the tail of the field. Here's fence 9, Bristol de May, just ahead of Virac. Watching the rest stream over it safely, though Firebird Flyer is slow at the back of the field, and they approach the halfway point in the Peter Marsh. Bristol de May and Daryl Jacob, a grey gelding. Bristol de May with Virac rejoining in wider out. Otago Trail 3 parts of a length away in 3rd. Allery has made smooth progress once more around the inside to race 4th, just ahead of Vintage Clouds. And then Bishop's Road, who still has the attentions of the rival of Sausalito Sunrise to contend with. Katenko's losing ground as Definitely Red in the red sleeves begins to make some headway. Then 7th Sky followed by Moinley and Berea Baru from Gevray Chambertin, and Firebird Flyer remains last of the field as they head across the back straight at the final time. On then to fence 10. Bristol de May, Virac still shadowing on the far side. Otago Trail in the red and white has been prominent from the outset. He's tracking them as they come to the first across in the back straight. Then Allery from Bishop's Road, Definitely Red continuing to edge closer out wide from 7th Sky and Moinley. Katenko still sliding back through the field. And then Gevray Chambertin, Berea Baru and Firebird Flyer, and they come to fence 11. Bristol de May and Daryl Jacob in front. Good jump from Bristol de May. Mistake from Katenko. He continues to lose ground. The loose horse Sausalito Sunrise joining in on the near side. He's out of harm's way at the present. Let's hope it stays that way. As Bristol de May is rejoined by Vintage Clouds, the leading pair, jumping boldly. There was an error there from Definitely Red Sleaze. He's made progress to get on the heels of them, but he was a bit chancy there. Allery still tracks them with Virac at Otago Trail out wide on Bishop's Road, the blue and green jacket, and then a Moinley from Berea Baru and Seventh Sky and Chevrolet Chambertin, Katenko and Firebird Flyer is being pulled up, and now they head to the last on the far side. They've got under a mile to travel. The penultimate ditch, Bristol de May, O'Moinley landing steeply there. He landed in a bit of a heap. Heskin had to gather him up, and Bristol de May, Vintage Clouds in the centre, and Otago Trail out wide lead them out of the back straight in the Peter Marsh on the long run to the final four fences. Bishop's Road, though, has made steady progress up into fourth place. Now Allery is coming under a ride under his welter burden. He's no better than fifth as they head off the last part of the turn. He's got Virac on his outside, and then Definitely Red trying to regather the momentum, but three up ahead are pressing on. Otago Trail on the near side, Vintage Clouds in the centre, Bristol de May far side. Little separating this trio as they rise at four out. Bristol de May was good. Seventh Sky's being pulled up. Allery is well held now. He's going up and down on the spot. He's no better than seventh. Well beaten off on his British debut as Bristol de May and Otago Trail press on towards the last of the ditches. Bristol de May lands a length clear his old rival Otago Trail. Two down there. Vintage Clouds fell. Hampered Definitely Red, who unseated when taking avoiding action. And Bristol de May saunters his way on towards the penultimate fence. Again he jumps soundly. A much better leap than Otago Trail, who was picked up off his nose. Bishop's Road is a remote third, then Virac and Berea Baru, and Bristol de May down towards the final fence. Jacob still sitting motionless. Here's the last, and he gets over it safely, just tickles the top, but he's 15, 20, 25 lengths clear of a leaden-legged Otago Trail, then Bishop's Road, Virac, Berea Baru and Chevrolet Chambertin. There's only half a dozen going to finish. There's only one in it at the line. Bristol de May saunters home to win the Peter Marsh with any amount in hand. Otago Trail, his old rival, fills out second. Bishop's Road in third. Then Virac, Berea Baru, Chevrolet Chambertin, and that's the lot.
Bristol de May has romped home in the Peter Marsh chase for Daryl Jacob, and a double